Hello, welcome back. Boxer1 here. Today we're going to be looking at this. This is a pretty nice size LEGO haul that I got recently for about $15 total, although I did get this in kind of 3 lots. I have figure parts here, some printed, and just various interesting elements. Two very dirty boats, but definitely cleanable, and a lot of Aquazone parts from a Neptune set, and a bunch of bulk. So we're going to be looking at all of this today, just going through the interesting stuff and even the uninteresting stuff, and just taking a look at everything here. So I do hope you'll stick around, and I do hope you'll enjoy. I shall see you in the video. I guess we'll look at the figures first, because that's what I always find interesting. And we have only one figure that's not even complete, but, I mean, he still looks pretty cool. He is from Aquazone, I believe. I think it's Aquazone. Let me just quickly look that up to guarantee that. I was right. It was Aquazone Aquanauts. And, yeah, a figure from this. I actually do have another figure from this. He's also incomplete. This guy's missing his helmet and air tanks. Luckily, they're inexpensive, so I'd be able to easily get them. And hopefully complete the figure. I also need another one of these flippers for him. But we also got some other interesting pieces. An Islander shield. It does have a little scuff here, but otherwise it is basically mint condition. We do have another medieval castle head there. That's pretty cool. A knight's helmet with room for a plume in the top. A chrome dagger, which has definitely seen better days. It's most of the chromes, well, not most of it, but probably 70, not 75, 50% of the chrome's missing. I don't know why I'm bad with numbers. And this old shark, which is kind of cool. I actually really like this guy. I don't have this type of shark, or at least in this old color, so very nice there. We also just have some other various accessories. Now on to the thing I find also very interesting, the very weird or rare or just different pieces. First of all, just look at these. These are cool. These go to the Neptune set. That goes to Atlantis, or not Atlantis, Aquazone, as I was saying. Most of this stuff goes to the same set in this like interesting piece category, or at least like most of the big cool things like these large transparent pieces all go to the same thing, which is that Neptune set. And some of them only came in that one set, and this is a big example. This massive door, of which there would be two, but I only have one here. Didn't have enough to complete it, obviously, but I did have a lot of pieces that are very interesting and definitely will be used in mocks, including this magnet piece, which I figured out that this whole magnet assembly, like just this black part on the magnet which clips into it, is a $5 thing, which is really cool. And I've never had one before, so I don't have two yet, so I can't really magnet it to any other thing and kind of pull it like a train or something. But once I do get two, well, I can now make trains that have coupling cars, which is kind of cool. We also just get some very interesting neon pieces here, neon orange pieces. We also get a neon green antenna and a neon orange headlight brick, which I've never seen before. It's not a rare piece by any means, but just never had one. Some other printed parts. You know this if you watch my channel for long enough. I collect these. Part 4744. I have a lot of them. I already have that one, but I mean, getting another one's always great. This piece goes to the set. I think it's really cool. This piece is to Old Space. I forget the theme, but some theme. It's not insectoids. I don't remember what it is. We also get this part to a shuttle, which is really cool. Just some old town, or I guess classic city. I forget if it's city or town at that point. I think it's still town. We also get some street sweepers. I haven't looked up what that set is. This engine to a Technic set. I actually have a set that needs that part, so that's pretty cool. This piece, which is a very nice old tree. I forget the number. You can see it on the bottom, maybe 3471, and that goes to a couple sets, or actually quite a few, but I need it for set 113. I'm actually only missing one piece now from that set, thanks to getting this tree, and that's very good. We can now move on to the big things. As I showed you earlier, we have that big door, this big, very nice and clean dome, half dome, and then we also have this very dirty half dome, which, yeah, that's going to be easy to clean, but who's going to pass up a half dome in that nice dark blue color there. We also get this boat, which also is very dirty. So if you don't like seeing dirty Lego, yeah, There's a couple dirty pieces. This and this little boat here are the only real big ones, as well as that one. But like, that's going to be easy to clean. If I see a, I also saw, I think, a $15 thing of Technic pieces, which there's a lot of Technic, but it was super dusty. Things like this, I'd gladly get because it takes a little while to clean, but it's not hard. You can get into it pretty easily and clean it up. But if it's like 100 different pieces, or even like 1,000 different pieces, I'd guess would be in that Technic thing, and they're all dirty, it becomes very much not worth it, especially if they're like to the point where you have to scrub every one of them. This, it's literally 2 pieces. This went to a Coast Guard set, I believe, or some type of just boat set, and I'll definitely be able to use this for mocks. I believe that piece is there for putting weights on, but or like a propeller fin type thing, but it's a very cool little boat here. Other than that, we got another thing for that Aquanauts Aquazone set, just this big, I guess, tower piece, which is really cool. I actually really like that. And then a 16 by 16 base plate. I mean, there's a ton of sets that can use this. There's a garage set from like 1978 or 1979. There's just a bunch of sets, so that's going to be cool. Set 1954, which is a basic set that goes along with one of my sets that I actually don't have the set for. There's just some interesting stuff. But we have a bunch of bulk as well. Now, this bulk is very cool. And when I say bulk, I don't mean it's just uninteresting pieces. There are some cool pieces here like this. I've never seen this type of wheel before. At least like this type of inner wheel part. Never seen that on a set, so that's kind of cool. There's just some other stuff that's going to be really useful. This in like building race cars or something. This actually connected to Street Sweep. So that's going to be kind of cool. And there's just a lot of interesting little pieces in here, or just pieces that I thought are not quite as interesting as some of the stuff over here, but are still cool. Like maybe this red propeller piece or something, or this. I don't actually think I have this piece in that color, which is surprising because it's a really common piece. But yeah, just some stuff that I may not have, or that I find interesting, or just cool. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff here. There's also a 4x10 black plate, which is nice. I always like getting those. Those are in quite a few sets, but not as many as you'd expect. But yeah, that's basically it. I did kind of go in depth with this a lot more than I usually do on my haul videos. Usually it's like, oh, I found this thing, let me get it out, and then kind of overview everything, but not really go into depth. This, it was small enough where I was like, okay, I can show off everything here and give some background or just information on it. But it wasn't, oh, there was another piece in here. I just realized that I somehow missed. It's that little yellow one there, that 2x2 slope. I've never seen that piece before. I just remembered that I had it. Oops. Anyway, tangent aside, I thought this would just be a small little thing that I could show off everything to and give some detail on. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed that. Maybe I'll do that going forward for my hauls. I probably should do that going forward for my hauls. But yeah, a very nice thing. A lot of cool sets and a lot of cool pieces in this thing. Won't be able to complete any sets probably, but definitely good for mocks. I really want to do a mock. I really just don't have any ideas for what a mock would be. I mean, there's ones that are crazy, obviously, in my head, but I don't have the pieces for it. But I could definitely do something with these domes. I think these domes, as well as some of the other transparent pieces that I already have, I have 2 other windshields for space sets, could go into something very interesting. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed. I shall see you next time where we'll be looking at, well, I don't know what yet, but something cool, hopefully, and I shall see you then. So, goodbye.